Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, Am I the A-hole for not letting my ex-husband's new girlfriend have a piece of his mother's jewelry? And a big shout out to James for sending me this story here. And guys, this story is a little different than what I normally do, but I thought it'd be a pretty funny one to cover nevertheless. And this story perfectly demonstrates how a gal can really go nuts and lose it when it comes to jewelry. And in this situation here, a seemingly normal good girlfriend's true colors are revealed when she doesn't get her hands on some jewelry that she felt entitled to in this situation you're about to hear about. That'd be a pretty funny one to go over here, because as the old saying goes, diamonds is a girl's best friend. And it's interesting how somebody can turn into like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. You all know the character Gollum. Some of you should know Gollum. How he was crazy about that freaking crazy ring, the Sauron's ring. Some of these girls go crazy over this stuff and just completely lose their minds. And this one here, the crazy comes out. So those of you who like these stories, you'll find this one definitely entertaining. It says here, this is a throwaway because my family follows my main account. I, a 40-year-old female, and my ex-husband, we'll call him Joe, were high school sweethearts. Started dating when we were 17, married at 19, and divorced 20 years later. So going on 2 years now. We have an amazing daughter, Sarah, who's 8 years old, and had adjusted really well to our separation. So, as you can hear, this is coming from the perspective of the ex-wife. The ex-wife in this story, from reading this, seems like she's an alright gal. They got married super young. Too young, didn't work out, but she and the husband have a good relationship raising the kid. Okay. Joe and I get along great. The divorce was amicable and we're still good friends. It happens. Rare, but it happens. Not like we hang out alone or anything, but we don't argue or fuss at each other. We help each other out and just all overall have each other's backs. Because at the end of the day, our number one priority will always be Sarah doing what's best for her. That's great. It's too bad that more divorces aren't like that. Two people act like adults, realize it didn't work out. We got married too young, but we know we love our daughter. We're going to have a good thing for her. We both moved on and are in serious long-term relationships with other people. His girlfriend, Lily, a 46-year-old female, smacked to Joe. Joe's 41. He's dating an older broad. His girlfriend, Lily, is great and really good for him. Oh, yeah? I've never had any conflict with her and enjoy spending time with her when we all get together for holidays and other important events or celebrations until last week. Please. Bullshit. Lily was just cozying up to you and just keeping an eye on you because she doesn't trust you. She wanted to keep you close. This is keep your friends close, your enemies closer scenario here. Joe's parents passed away within a month of each other last summer, and it was devastating for all of us. Even though Joe and I had already been divorced about a year, they still treated me like family, and I love them dearly. Joe and Lily hadn't started dating yet, so she never met them, which is a shame. They were incredible people. Long story short, to get to the point, but I feel like the background is important here. Last week, Sarah got a box in the mail from her aunt, who is responsible for dividing up my late mother-in-law's jewelry amongst the children and grandkids. She had a huge collection of both costumes and more expensive fine jewelry. An 8-year-old got a delivery in the mail from her auntie of costumes and fine jewelry. Maybe that should go to the parent. You know, and obviously it did, but you get my point. I wouldn't be sending expensive fine jewelry in the fucking UPS or FedEx or anything. That's when you hand deliver that shit. But okay. I let Joe know about it, and he explained that some of it was left to me, so when he would come over, we would start sorting it through together. Lily came with him, which was fine. It was extremely difficult, and we were both very emotional, so I'm glad she was there to support him. Here's what I think, where I think I may be the asshole. So they had such a good family and good relationship, even though they divorced, that his parents died and his mom left the ex-wife some jewelry. I mean, wow. As we were going through the jewelry, we had pulled out a couple of cheaper pieces of costume jewelry for Sarah to have right now, and I had picked out a couple rings, necklace, and 3 pairs of earrings to keep, knowing they'll eventually go to Sarah as well. Joe and I agreed that the rest of it we put away in the lockbox that we each have a key to at my house and would stay there until Sarah's older and goes to her. If they have this expensive jewelry family heirlooms, go to the bank and get a safe deposit box. It'll probably cost you $50 a year or some damn thing. Safer there. One of the pieces being put away is a beautiful set of ruby and diamond earrings and a necklace that are obviously very real and we believe were passed down from Joe's grandmother. Holy shit, ruby and diamond earrings and necklaces? Again, sent by FedEx or UPS? I mean, I'm speculating here, but it sounds like. Lily, this is the girlfriend, Lily had been admiring this set and making comments about how well it would go with the wedding dress that she's been looking at, or even with some of her date night outfits. Oh, really? And she says in parentheses, they aren't engaged. They haven't been dating that long, and this Lily broad is always already talking about getting a wedding dress, and oh, this jewelry looked great with my wedding dress or my date night outfits. They weren't left to you, sweetie. Joe didn't say anything to her in response, and when she put them down, I wrapped them back up and put them along with the rest of the jewelry in the lockbox. Since then, Lily has texted me multiple times asking about them and if she can borrow them. Here we go. The second, it's like a crack addict who's been away from it, all of a sudden sees the crack. Ah! Little Gollum here, repeatedly messaging her about the freaking jewelry. You want to talk about inappropriate here. Goddamn gold digger. At one point, she accused me of just wanting them for myself and pointed out that Joe and I were divorced and I don't have any right to keep them. So after it didn't go too well, now she's starting shit, saying you don't deserve them. Well, you don't either. The grandparents, the late parents left some to me. And you're telling me that she's got this bitch, this Lily chick is giving this woman a hard time about this? She also said that when they get married, the jewelry will legally be part of their marital assets anyway, so I'm just putting off the inevitable. They were left to the daughter. And also, that woman was left some. So, are you fucking kidding me? This chick is psycho. Remember in the beginning, she said, oh, we're close and she's great for Joe. And I called bullshit on that. She's just keeping her close. There you go. I'm not planning on wearing them per my agreement with Joe. I'll wear the pieces I picked out and the rest will stay put away for Sarah. I have zero intention of taking any of it unless it's necessary, and even then, I'll let Joe know what's going on with it. Joe has been really silent, and I haven't said anything because I don't want to cause any conflict that could have an impact on Sarah. Now, a lot of times I'd be a little skeptical when it comes to these ex-wives or a woman telling these stories, because sometimes they could be, it's from their perspective, they're the hero here. But I actually do believe this woman is genuine in what she's writing here, and she's, this isn't fucking things up. She isn't jealous of the husband moving on to another woman type of thing, which sometimes definitely does happen. I think this ex-husband of hers is clearly with an a-hole, and the jewelry just revealed her character, just like with Gollum. I think this guy doesn't know what's going on, and watch what happens when he does. So am I the a-hole for not giving in, letting Lily has some of the jewelry meant for my daughter? Absolutely not. She's not entitled to it. The family wanted it to go to the daughter. The daughter's 8 years old. You need to put that stuff away in a safe deposit box because Lily's crazy. It might break into your house or manipulate the daughter when she's over at the house to take some, That'll be the next tactic. Now, an update. She says, so many of you asked for an update, so here it is real quick. I wrote this out yesterday and figured out that it was probably better to make a new post than edit the old one with it. So here goes. Joe took an extended lunch yesterday and came by the house without Lily. I explained to him why I was reluctant to bring everything up, but I was tired of being harassed about the jewelry, that I feel strongly about it belonging to Sarah, not to either of us, and certainly not Lily. He agreed immediately with me and was shocked to find out that she had been asking about it, and then angry when I showed him the messages. See, he didn't know about it. Something tells me Lily's about to get dumped. I figured the best course of action was a face-to-face conversation with him and being able to hand him my phone so he could see the conversation for himself, and there'd be no way for her to accuse me of making up or photoshopping anything. It's always best to have a face-to-face conversation. And remember, these two, even though they're divorced, according to her, have a very good relationship post-divorce. It sucked to see him get so upset over it, and I had a feeling that it's going to get worse, but because from what he was saying. It sounds like Lily won't be around much longer, and regardless, she won't be allowed back in my home and won't be spending any time with Sarah alone if he doesn't break up with her. Good. Of course she's not going to be at this woman's house alone, ever, and I think she's going to be toast. I mean, she wants to fucking take the jewelry from the daughter. That was for the daughter, for God's sakes. Fucking psycho. I did also go first thing yesterday morning and open a safe deposit box at one of the local banks. There you go. It won't cost you much. It's not one that I normally do business with. As of right now, my name is only on one of it, and I have the only key. I was worried about the possibility of Lily having any kind of access to the jewelry with it being in the house, and until all that is resolved. I wouldn't put it past this crazy Lily chick just breaking in the house, sneaking in there. I kid you not. I feel better knowing that there's no way for her to get to it. Joe and I also discussed this when he came over, and he said that he agrees completely that it's the best course of action to safeguard Sarah's inheritance. I think Joe here should also have a key to that safe deposit box and have his name on the safe deposit box, just to be safe here. All but one of the pieces I picked out went in, and as much as I would love to have a couple of the pieces to wear in remembrance of her in the really hard days, I'd rather know that it's safe and I still have one piece that brings me so much comfort. All kinds of notarized documents will be on their way to me and should be sent here by the end of the week, which I have a meeting set with my lawyer to determine what else needs to be done to ensure the jewelry will go to Sarah without any issues or challenges. Well, this is great. And I can imagine that little 8-year-old is like, ooh, I want to play makeup and dress up with those expensive jewelry. Be like, hold on here. You're going to do that under supervision. I spoke to the aunt that sent everything over the weekend after I posted this. I got so much good advice, thank you. And requested she send copies of everything pertaining to it, along with documentation from them, and her as the executor of what was sent to who, etc. I didn't tell her about the issues with Lily. I don't think that's my place. I'll let Joe deal with telling his family or not as he sees fit. Well, he can handle that. But Lily ain't going to be around much longer. I have an appointment later today with the GIA certified appraiser, so I should be able to tell all that. Blah, 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 blah. We get the fucking point, lady. I'm still leaning towards a trust is the best way to make sure Sarah's interests and assets are protected, but we'll see a lawyer about that. I feel terrible for Joe. He's a great guy, and even though our marriage didn't work out, I still care about him and always will. He's not just my child's father, but also one of my best friends, and I want him to find someone to be with that loves him the way he deserves to be loved. You know, these two get along so well, I don't see how they're not. I'm curious that they're not, like, secretly hooking up. Sometimes couples split up and they realize they fucked up and get back together. I wouldn't advise it, but it sounds like both of them get along so well. You never know. But anyhow, they have a good divorce. Fair enough. It's just that whoever that is needs to understand that Sarah is always going to come first, and he and I will always work as a team to make sure she's happy, healthy, and successful in life. Our relationship with each other and other people are going to hinder her in any way. Thank you to everyone that commented and offered so much good advice and support. I really do appreciate it more, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. I cut through all the bullshit here. But anyhow, so there you go, guys. The craziness over jewelry. A lot of these wackos turn to Gollum from Lord of the Rings. You know who Gollum from Lord of the Rings is? Number one, where have you been for the last few decades? But then go rent Lord of the Rings. Especially the second one when Gollum pops up. You know what I'm fucking talking about here. That motherfucker's crazy. Gold digger, yeah, there you go. And she thought, oh, his girlfriend's so nice and great, until that jewelry came about. Holy crap. So there you go, guys. Just be aware this type of situation happens. And, oh, if you got any heirlooms laying around of jewelry and stuff like that, I'd keep that locked up. Don't let anybody see that. Now some comments here. This isn't the last time you'll hear from Lily. She's going to bombard you with calls, messages, or might even show up at your house to blame you for ruining her relationship. If you don't have a doorbell cam, get one ASAP. There is no way she hasn't heard the last from Lily. Lily's crazy. She's going to show up. Guaranteed. Another one. Good job. Just get ready for a crap storm. She'll either call you with a fake apology or call you blaming everything on you. Either way, you've seen the real her. That's why, and I tell people, 2 years of marriage or moving on is too soon. Maybe add an issue, something to your will with no funny business that your daughter gets every piece of jewelry to itemize everything, including your personal jewelry as well. And last one says, what struck me first about all this was Lily talking about her wedding dress and marital assets without even being engaged. They're not engaged yet, but she's already talking details about their wedding and divorce settlement, red flags all over the place. When a woman's talking about getting married and they're not even engaged yet and saying she wanted jewelry and stuff for her wedding when they're not even engaged, that says everything. Is Joe by any chance colorblind? I'm so glad you told Joe about what's going on. This may end his relationship with Lily, but that would no way be your fault. This is something Lily did to herself. Joe is one lucky man to have an ex-wife who's still a good woman and respects him as well for finding the truth about Lily before he was trapped into marriage with her. Yep. But why the fuck is this Joe guy getting so serious with a chick so soon after a divorce? That's fucking stupid. The only thing I'd like to add is that Lily is very likely to try to steal the jewelry. Unless Joe tells her otherwise, she believes the jewelry is still in your home and you may pay your home a visit sometime when you're not there. Please install a security system in your home to protect both Sarah and yourself. When people become unhinged, there's no telling how far they will go to get what they want. Please take precautions. I agree with that. I covered a story a year and a half, 2 years ago on Reddit, on one of these Reddit stories that dealt with a ex-girlfriend that wanted some jewelry and was breaking into a house. I mean, it was crazy shit. I can't remember. I have no idea what the video was called. I've probably done 500 videos or more since then, but the point is, yeah, this happened. So there you go, guys. A little fun one, a good laugh about the crazies with when it comes to jewelry. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you find a good story, definitely email it to me, strongsuccessfulmail@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I will if it's good for the channel. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.